Supreme Court has until midnight to step in and keep a commonly used abortion pill on the market. A judge in Texas ruled the drug Mifepristone should be suspended, though it has been available for decades. So Jan Crawford is at the Supreme Court with more on what's at stake. Jan, good morning.
Well, good morning. So, this case is an effort by a conservative legal group in Texas to really restrict abortion nationwide. I mean, even in states that would otherwise allow it. And they're trying to outlaw the pill that you mentioned by saying that the FDA didn't properly approve it more than 20 years ago. Now, a federal judge in Texas, a Trump appointee, agreed with that group, and he, blocked this abortion pill from being available, saying that the FDA's authorization was no longer good, so that can no longer be used for any abortions across the country. A federal appeals court said the judge went too far, but it kept some restrictions in place. So now we have the Biden administration and the drugs manufacturer here at the Supreme Court asking the justices to block those rulings.
And so, what is the expectation for the court? What do people expect the court to do?
Well, I mean, I think the Biden administration is going to win. I think the court will block those rulings and keep this pill available nationwide. And that's because it is directly at odds, this case, with bedrock conservative legal principles that go to the heart of who can get into federal court, standing, whether these challengers even have a right to sue in the first place. You've got to show that there's been some harm or that you have a direct interest in the case. And that's not clear here. And if the court lowers the bar and says these the challengers have standing here, you're going to see groups across the country that are upset about all kind of other social issues going into federal courts, trying to get federal judges to weigh in and decide these things. And that is exactly the opposite of what this conservative Supreme Court has said should be the role of federal judges.
You talk about the expectation for the court. Do the justices also consider, the possible harm that could be done if they kind of temporarily pull the drug while they ponder these issues?
Yes, and when they're looking at whether or not these kind of emergency applications, which is what this is considered, because the Biden administration is coming in and saying this would just be a complete upheaval of a procedure that's been done for 2 decades. We need you to stop this immediately. Then the justices will weigh kind of what are the balance of the harms in some of these things when they're deciding whether or not to grant some of these requests and hand down some of the orders. So timing is a big issue, whether or not harm could be, the harms in place would be kind of undoable if the court doesn't act. So you'll see a lot of that in some of the analysis. Now, we should hear something at some point today. There's that midnight deadline tonight. It could be later in the day after the justices have had a chance to look at all the replies. We had some filings late last night in the case as well.
So looking ahead over the next few months, though, how many other federal cases concerning abortion rights could make their way to the Supreme Court's docket after this one?
Well, on this very issue, there's another one from Washington State where a judge reached the opposite conclusion and said in a number of states that was within that jurisdiction of where the challenges were from, that the pill had to remain available. So already you've got a conflict on this issue, which I think is why some people are also saying the court is going to have a pretty definitive statement today, which I said, as I suspect they'll be blocking those Texas rulings while this case plays out. But you're going to see issues like this pop up all over the place. Look, the justices just said last June when they overturned Roe versus Wade in that Dobbs decision that states could decide the issue of abortion. It was taking it out of the federal courts and letting it play out in the political process. And yeah, I mean, this is not a constitutional case that's here this morning. It's about jurisdiction. But you're going to see, my point is, abortion rights crop up in a bunch of different areas and cases. So it's going to be a lot harder to take the courts out of the issue of abortion than I think they may have suggested last June when they issued that ruling saying Roe versus Wade was history.
Now, one of the arguments that the White House has been making is that this ruling in Texas opens the floodgates for more or other medications to be restricted as well. Now, the argument is that the FDA didn't properly approve this drug, but I mean, are there other drugs that perhaps you could have that argument?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really valid argument because here it's a pretty low bar, like I said, for the challengers to get into court and challenge this medication. It's not like they're coming in and saying, I took this medication and I was really harmed by it, or I've treated countless women who've been harmed by this medication. They're saying like they may have to treat someone. I mean, it's incredibly speculative. And, that's that's a pretty low bar in a case like this, with a medication that was literally approved more than 20 years ago. So, I mean, I'd say, yeah, I mean, that's certainly not a crazy argument.
Oh, clock's ticking. They got until midnight tonight. Jan, thank you very much.
Thanks.